have a few moments just to arrive on your mat and settle. And as always, just choose where you want to start, lying down or seated. How does your body feel today? Do you need to just collapse on the floor and really just let the ground hold you, or do you enjoy sitting up and supporting the spine? So just choose. And maybe just close the eyes for a few moments and allow this moment to tune into your breath and come into the present moment. Enjoying the consciousness of each inhale and every exhale. How does it feel to notice how the body moves when you breathe? And ground your energies. Imagine the roots growing through the tailbone or the back of your body or the soles of your feet. And just really ground down. Makes you feel safe and secure and so very linked with our root chakra, Muladhara. How do you feel today? Notice your emotions, your mindset. No judgment, just purely observing yourself. And just thinking about what you want from your practice this evening. Whether it's just a little bit of clearness in your mind, the space to create clarity in your thoughts. Perhaps it's more physical, like a real deep stretch is needed through your body, your back, perhaps. It's so very rare that we think about what we want or need, just most days on automatic pilot. If you're lying down, we will soon come up to seated. Just bring the knees in and have a little moment to hug, rock on your back. And if you're already seated and you just want to enjoy a few movements through the body, please do. We'll come into Zazen for some meditation. And perhaps we'll use our mala beads. If you have mala beads handy, it's quite nice to use these every now and then. Not only are they lovely to hang around your neck and be pretty, but it gives a certain amount of time to sit and meditate with a word or a mantra of some kind. So we will use this evening. I'm going to choose the word love. And we're going to repeat the word love in our mind as we just thumb through each small bead, 108 of them in a mala chain. While you're doing it, rather than just repeating the word automatically, perhaps just notice how saying the word love, love, love repeatedly, as we breathe and relax through this, how that makes you feel, whether it feels like your heart center's opening, whether you feel like you're softening, just observe the whole practice of it. So I'll put the timer on. About 5 minutes is usually what we sit with, but this may take a little longer, it might not take as long. Get comfortable as you're seated, and then we'll begin. Just close the eyes, relax the shoulders and face, and just internally just repeat the word love, love, love as we thumb through the beads. Allow your breath to just be relaxed. Come back to the word if the mind wanders off. Stay with the word love. Staying relaxed. And then you may well have come to the end of your mala beads or soon approaching the end. And when you're ready, just blink your eyes open. Notice how that felt, whether you enjoyed that practice, whether you kind of sunk into it, stayed with the word love, or perhaps the mind started to wander and you really had to kind of concentrate and come back and think about it. Every time you do it may be really different because you're in a different place and time. So it's always just interesting to have a little think about how a practice felt. So that probably took us about 7 minutes to work through that, depending on whether you were kind of going through that quite slowly or quickly. Our first pose we're going to come into is dragonfly. If you're on cushions, just pop them aside and we'll come into this lovely wide stretch. Notice if you need anything under your knees for support. Maybe a small rolled up towel under each knee can be comfortable, but if you're happy as you are, and sometimes having just a little lift behind the buttocks, so again a rolled up blanket can just have that lovely tilt of the pelvis forward. Choose if this is something that you need or want, and then we will just gently begin to soften in to this pose. I always find it quite interesting where my arms are, my posture when I start, and then after 5 minutes or so, how it really has softened. And there is movement, very subtle movement in the body. Notice this in yourself. Begin to relax your feet. Sometimes there's tension around our ankles. And then the calves, behind the knees and the thighs. And as we begin to relax our lower body, we can move more into the upper body and soften our shoulders and neck and head. As you release muscles in your face, relax any expression. But keep rotating your awareness back round to your feet and legs, because quite often we'll notice the tension has mysteriously come back. And as you breathe to the belly, feeling the back of the body open. Allowing yourself to really surrender into this pose. Do you notice more of a stretch on the left leg or the right leg? And can you creep your hands and arms slightly further down, forward? Does this feel nice in your body? Keep relaxing wherever you find tension and stay focused on your breath. And we'll take one more breath here. Before you move, just notice how far you have sort of stretched into this pose, whether there's any real noticeable difference, and then just gradually lift the body, bring the legs together and lie back into a nice neutral spine. Take your time. It's so nice just to move slowly and mindfully. And as you let the body come down, feeling the whole spine and enjoying a nice deep breath. Trying to relax through the back of your body, all the muscles, and extending the arms slightly wider if you need to relax through to the hands. Dragonfly is a lovely pose for your liver, your kidneys, your spleen. As we enjoy a few deep breaths here, just noticing all the sensations fading now. Relaxing through your arms, through your head and neck. And we'll gently bring our knees in, one at a time. Enjoy a little roll. And we're going to come into cat's tail. So a nice twist that you can develop as much or as little as you want in yourself. If you begin to turn onto your right hand side, and then bend your left knee, draw the leg up in front of you so that the knee is in a nice alignment with your hip. And then just the lower leg can run parallel to your right leg. And you can rest your head on your upper arm. If you can grab your foot, then great. If not, don't worry. It really isn't a real necessity. You could use a strap if you wanted to. Otherwise, just leave the leg nicely stretched along the mat. It's more about the twist here. And then in your own time, just start to roll that left shoulder back. If you have a cushion that you can rest your head on, then that's great. Otherwise, if you haven't, I quite like to cradle my head into my right hand, just so that you can relax a bit more and release the tension in your neck. And then from here, you can twist as much or as little into this pose as you wish. Anyone with lower back issues, just being quite attuned to the lumbar spine and being aware of any sensations there. And so when you settle into this pose, try to relax your buttocks, and the lower back might be tense. And then just look through the whole body for anything else that's tense. It's lovely to bring the body into a twist now and then. It's like wringing out a wet rag of toxins. Keep relaxing your thighs and buttocks, sides of the waist. And just breathing deeply into the belly. And enjoying where you notice the breath going. And maybe you're aware of the body just easing into this twist a little more. And really only taking the body as far as you want to today. Nice deep breaths. We'll gently take a few breaths together now. And then gently coming out of the pose, roll back to your side, release your foot if you're holding it. And then just gently find your way onto your back. Especially after coming out of a twist, it is always good to just let the spine realign itself. Nice neutral spine. Close your eyes and become aware of everything that you're feeling. From the neck all the way down. Where are you feeling any coolness or tingling where chi is moving in your body? How does it feel to have stretched around the rib cage, through the waist? Gently noticing your breath in the belly. And then we'll hug in as we come into the other side in a moment. Enjoy a nice little rock. And so we'll come up for the other side. If you turn so that you're lying on your left-hand side now. And we'll do very much the same thing. Again, if you have a pillow handy to rest your head, that's really quite comfortable. Lying on your left, bringing your right knee over, in line with the hip. Grab your foot if you can, but don't worry if you can't, it's not essential. And then just rolling back into this lovely twist in your own time, when you feel ready. Rest your head on a pillow or cradle your head with your hand. And begin to notice where you feel tense initially. Where is all the tension building up in your body? And just systematically work your way through, Rotate awareness all the time, just relaxing everything that you can. And being aware of your breath. Softening back and buttocks, legs and shoulders. Relax your face and cheeks. And then with every breath, you might find that the body just ever so gently just wants to move more into this twist. Close your eyes and take all the sensations in. Feeling your breath. Allowing your body to soften with every exhale. Does your body enjoy this evening? Yes or no? And which side is it benefiting more from, your left or your right? Keep gently letting go. This is lovely for your solar plexus and your digestive system, liver and gallbladder. And with one more breath, just noticing the final feelings in this pose will just gently come out. Nice and slowly, savouring all the feelings. Take yourself inward into your body, noticing whatever you're feeling through the lower back, mid back and upper back. Perhaps through your arms, legs, hips, and following your breath. Let's bring our knees in for a hug. Nice slow rocks or little circles. Really being aware of what you feel against the mat. Always feels nice, nurturing. And then the next pose we're going to come into is bridge. If you've got a little block, a yoga block, then it's always quite handy. If not, then a stack of cushions is always useful. Literally just so that we can bring ourselves into a bridge pose but be supported at the same time. You might like to use the block this way. If you fancy it being a little bit of a softer this evening, then have it on the lower level. You decide. And so we'll lie down on the mat, bring our feet towards our buttocks. I come on tippy toes just to start with, just to lift the body and place the block behind the sacrum. We don't want to be encroaching on our lumbar vertebrae. So this sort of just places sort of in line with the top of the buttocks, that flat part of our body there that you'll feel. And if that is comfortable, then we can just rest our hands aside, allow the legs to relax through the inner thighs and groin. The knees may just want to relax to the side, become passive here. But keep noticing the shoulders and the upper back where you connect to the mat. Quite often the shoulders want to kind of hunch up towards the ears, so just keep checking this area of your body. Release your buttocks, relax the thighs, and just keep checking in all these areas. And if this is uncomfortable, then just lower the block to a lower level. Use a bolster or cushions. Relax buttocks, thighs and shoulders. Try to keep the head straight in this position. Don't twist the neck. And just maybe you want to tuck the chin in and lengthen through the back of your neck. And you can feel the belly rise and fall with every breath. And this stimulates all the meridians that stretch through the legs and then come up across the front of our body. Keep relaxing. If at any point the pose becomes really quite painful or, more than just a curious discomfort, then please always come out. Relaxing, breathing, noticing your mind. Being very present with your body. And conscious of your breath. Try and follow your breath, the in and exhale. How much does the breath come into the belly and then the chest? Are you breathing deeply or quite shallow? And we'll take a few more breaths. Allow them to be nice and conscious. And gently coming out. In whatever way is comfortable for you, just allow yourself to lift away from your block. Just popping it aside. And we'll come down nice and slowly out of bridge. And enjoy whatever after effect we feel. Bringing your awareness to the pelvis and the lower spine especially. You may also feel kind of a warmth or a coolness around your throat and neck. Lovely and stimulating on our throat chakra. And just as we take a few breaths, we can feel the feelings fade. And we'll bring our knees in for another little hug. Take your time, notice how your spine feels here. Nice rock. We're going to come into a nice relaxing banana pose now. So body has come forward. We've come into a twist. A lovely slight curve to the back in bridge. And so a lovely side to side stretch brings our spine in all directions this evening. So come back into a neutral spine. And then we'll bring our feet to the lower right corner. Right foot over your left for a milder stretch. And then just bringing your shoulders and upper body to the top right. So everything's moved to the right side and we get a lovely stretch through the left. Our feminine aspect, Ida. And if you want to, bring your arms above your head. Sometimes it's nice to start here. Hold the hands. Relax your buttocks. Relax the lower back. And you feel a bit more of a stretch through the side of your body, breathing deeply to your belly. Enjoying how you feel. Try and relax the arms if you have brought them overhead. And then if you want to bring your arms into goalpost arms, cactus arms, just bend at the elbows and the upper arms can be parallel to each other. Sorry, the lower arms. And just let the wrists and arms hang. Try not to hold any tension in the hands and wrists. Enjoy this lovely stretch on the inner part of your upper arm and throughout your upper chest. We'll pause here and then shortly lower the arms to experience that feeling as well. Really try and relax here. Even when you feel relaxed, sometimes there's still some tension through your arms and buttocks and lower back. And then gently we'll bring our arms down to the side of our body and just allow ourselves to really relax here. Keep relaxing. Enjoy the whole feeling throughout your whole body. And with one more deep breath, we'll just gently unfold our legs and come back into center. Moving the legs to center and just shuffling our upper body. Might only be an inch or so to the middle. Take a moment, relax. Notice the spine. And then if you want to hug the knees in before we come into the other side, you can do. Just a nice little rock kind of breaks the feeling. And then we can come into the other side. So feet now to the lower left corner and left foot over your right. Shuffle the shoulders up to the top left. So everything to left, and we stretch through the right. Bring the arms overhead again. We'll do that. Move the arms in these three positions just to experience the whole body stretch here. Relax your buttocks. Relax the lower back and waist. And you might want to kind of interlink your fingers so that the arms feel steady. Keep looking through the body for tension. And as you close your eyes, you'll feel a lot more. Just gentle breaths. Breathing into the right side, the right lung more so now. Try to relax your arms even when they're above the head. And just gently let's move into cactus arms. And just feel this for a little while. Keep relaxing buttocks and back if you're feeling the tension coming back. And then arms down to the side of the body if you wish to really relax here. Notice which of the three positions you prefer, or do they each have a quality that you quite enjoy? Keep letting go and releasing. And with another breath, we'll slowly bring ourselves back into center. Uncross your legs, find a nice neutral spine, and enjoy whatever you're feeling. Enjoy some deep belly breaths. And then in your own time, bring your knees into the chest for one last little roll around on the back, and choosing if you want to come into seated or remain lying down with a blanket around your shoulders or blanket over the body. And we'll come into relaxation now. As you lie there or sit there, get comfortable and warm, and begin to relax everything that you feel that is tense in your body from head to toe. Take a moment just to scan through. It's nice to notice how your practice has released something or softened something that's been tight all day. Perhaps you notice how your mind feels just so much more your own and clear. As you settle, I'd like you to bring into mind a walk, a sunset walk. So the sun is just still in the sky, but there's so many beautiful colours stretched across the sky, like somebody's painted the sky with golden and pinks, some yellows, maybe even some kind of mauve and purpley colours through the sky. And as you walk perhaps along your local seafront or somewhere where there is a big expanse of this sky, and watching the sunset with this stroll, all wrapped up warmly, it's quite surprising how quickly the sun does descend to the horizon. And there's still a very soft glow lighting the sky a little, but the colours change so quickly. Where there are golden and yellow tones, they start to become pinkier and more blue and greys. The sun setting, allowing us that time to let go and release and become quiet and still ourselves. Time to rest and recuperate through the night. So just enjoy for a few moments in your mind's eye this image of the sun setting, feeling so wonderful and gorgeous and majestic. Gently just draw your mind back. There's no need to move just yet, and perhaps you've still got this lovely sunset image in your mind. And begin just to notice how you're feeling throughout your whole body. Whether there is a feeling of being refreshed but also calm and peaceful. A lovely stretch can feel quite renewing. If you're lying down, you can begin to move gently and hug the knees in. And if you're seated, perhaps just wiggling fingers and moving the neck, head side to side or up and down. Just coming back into gentle physical movement as we come back into our body where the mind has drifted off. Notice how you feel when you feel quite pleased and refreshed with yourself. How your heart feels, especially after repeating that word love 108 times. Whether it's felt like your heart centre is a little bit more expanded and open. And then rolling up to seated in your own time. Have a moment to get comfortable and settle. Still keeping that lovely quietness for the rest of your evening. And then bring your hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.